Hello everyone, and welcome to this Last of Us Left Behind any % PlayStation 3 speedrun tutorial. Now, I just made one about remastered. You can use that as like a reference for this speedrun because some things are the same, some things are a little bit different, which is why they're separated on the leaderboards. But first things first, it does not matter what type of PlayStation 3 you have. All that matters is that you have a solid state drive in there. You will get the fastest times with a solid state drive in your PlayStation 3. What kind? I personally have a Samsung 870 EVO 500GB one. I don't think it matters though. But they will result in the fastest times. What it speeds up is the load times you get after doing the glitch in Final Fight 1 and triangle prompting the door, and then again when you restart encounter after Final Fight 2, you get faster load times there as well. But before we get into the speedrun, just like I did with Remastered, I'm going to go ahead and play the entirety of my PS3 record, just so it's fresh in your mind. But also keep in mind, the final split I did not do perfectly, but visually it was good enough. And yes, it took me 2,618 tries.
Alright, now where the fuck do I go? Shit.
Was not expecting that to work at all. Okay. Well.
What was that?
Hey, what you got? Oh, fuck! Oh, shit!
Kill each other, you fucks.
I was so desperate. Just like, fuck it, get me out of here. Sprint late. I haven't seen this part of the game in like 3 hours.
Hey, I hear the fucking horse behind you. Help me get this open.
That's that.
Not terrible.
Alright, Joel. Let's get this. Oh!
He's down there by the door. Got him pinned down. Go finish her.
You wanna do this? Let's do this.
Come on!
Shit.
Bad climbing. I don't know. I didn't like the fall. I had to wait to climb anyway, but... This is better than the previous one. Okay. Okay.
Out here, the door.
Okay.
This way. Ellie.
What about our backpacks?
Fuck the backpacks.
The gate! Help me lift it!
I think that was good. That didn't look good.
Lift.
I don't know about that
I'm
one.
gonna prop it up with. I'll hold it. Hurry.
Calm down. Calm down.
Okay, go!
I told you Final Fight 2 has been better since I found that.
Through here. Ellie, you with
I'm
me?
right behind you. Keep running.
Yeah, you can rely on your own ability to get a headshot with the pistol.
Wow.
Oh god, Twitch ad's about to play. I'm sorry.
Up the stairs. The scaffolding? That's our way out. Infected!
Oh, they're behind us too.
This way.
Alright, right off the bat, visually,
They're getting closer.
I'm not really liking how this is going. I could be pleasantly surprised,
Keep going.
but,
There's an open window.
yeah.
Come on. We're almost out.
That was good.
Reach up. I got you.
Hold on.
Give me your hand.
Is this good? I can't tell.
Ellie!
I can't tell.
Quickly. Get up.
It's serviceable. And time. Okay. So, just give me a second there. Okay, so if you're familiar with remastered any percent attempts, on PS3, the first glitch, you still do like the quick turn in the doorway, but what happens afterwards is different, and enemy alignments are a little different, frame rate's a lot worse. What else to mention about this? Doesn't matter what patch you're on, go with the latest patch. Patch doesn't really make that much of a difference on PS3. And, what was I going to say? It doesn't matter what version you play. It could be a digital version, it could be on a disc, it could be a standalone version. Does not matter. Just like remastered doesn't matter. All that matters, make sure you're playing on an SSD. Alright, I'm going to turn the webcam off. I can't have an input display because the way to play with a DualShock or DualSense on your PlayStation 3 is by wiring it, and I can't have two wires coming out of this thing, so I'm gonna use the hand cam. Okay, so just like
I totally got this.
in the speedrun and in remastered,
All right. Now where the fuck do I
again, you can reference the remastered speedrun, because a lot of this is the same. Like, for example, the performance of this glitch. You have to have the flashlight on, you have to be crouched, you need to do a quick turn, and a swing, and then another quick turn, so like this. Just like that. That's exactly how you do it. Now, unlike remastered, you still want to do it in the same spot, right about here, aiming. You want to perform the glitch like right here, camera angled center, maybe slightly off to the right. That doesn't change. What does change, however, you don't have to pause the very moment you do the glitch. You want to pause about 1 second after you start falling. Now, there is going to be some variation for what happens afterwards, but, well, I'll just do a few and just see what happens. So that looked good. Ellie's head is facing to the left. Alright, she fell out the wrong way. Just like remastered, this is a pretty difficult glitch, okay? So don't beat yourself up if you can't get this. See, you don't have to pause right away. You want to pause about 1 second after,
Now where the fuck do I go?
because otherwise she'll just fall into the abyss. And what's going to happen, she's going to get caught, like, stuck in the wall, and then do, she's going to get stuck in the wall, and then she'll land on something, and then you want to hit circle, and that's when you fall in. Now, if you hit the floor without hitting anything before it, you just die. So hopefully you hit something in here, and then that's how it works. Try again. It was about 1 second. Let's see what happens. It looks good. Alright, right there. That was good. She just didn't land on anything inside the wall. Again, let me, real quick, let me show you what a perfect attempt is supposed to look like. Here we go. Maybe a little under a second with the pause, but then you can hear she lands on something. You hit circle, and then she gets launched backwards. That's what happens. And I use live split to know when to unpause, because right here, I usually do like 32.5. So I unpause right there, and then everything fills right in at that precise moment. So you want to like anticipate when it's going to spawn back in. Yeah, let's keep trying. Sometimes she'll just fall the wrong way. Sometimes she just plummets. You want her to like glide. That's what you want to have happen. Like there, that should be good. Let's see. Alright, right there. She landed on this table, but if she had landed there, she would have died. A perfect performance is when, again, she lands on something there, you hit circle, and she gets launched backwards this way. And then you go. Now, unlike Remastered, the whole store fills in pretty quickly, and then you want to grab a bottle right there. Now, the checkpoint here is just like before. It's right about there, an invisible line right about there. But you don't hit it by getting there. You also need to get halfway up the stairs right here. So, when you're coming this way, what you want to do is right there. And then you want to do a restart encounter, and that's when you do this fight again. So yeah, let's do all that again. Because there's something else you can also do. What is it? Yeah, when you're waiting on the pause menu, you can move the what you're hovering over on the pause menu to a restart encounter. So the next time you pause, it'll already be over restart encounter. How that works is, like when you pause, when you unpause, it's going to be on there the next time. That eventually defaults to options when a certain amount of time has passed. But not long enough
Right. Now where the fuck do I go?
from the moment you do the glitch to the moment you make it to that checkpoint. Yeah, we'll do this a few more times, and there's just a lot of different things that can happen right here. See how Ellie's like facing the camera? I don't think this one's going to work. Oh, it did. How about that? You get what you work with. You get what you get, you know? But yeah, if you notice, when I unpause, I'm holding back and mashing circle. In the thousands of attempts I've done with this, it just feels like she's more likely to land on something in there when you're holding a direction and mashing circle. Mashing circle is what gets her out of the wall. But yeah, I'll do that one more time. Actually, I want to show you something else. Hold on. Alright, so I actually made a tutorial for this already, but the capture card, there was a big delay, so I'm redoing it here. But there's some footage on here that was very good that I want you to look at. It's successful attempts of that glitch. So I want you to like pay attention to what they look like. All right, take a look at some of these. This is the timing. Get these in your head because like the fastest thing possible can be consistent with enough attempts. So, okay, just watch the inputs, or watch how it's done. Notice right here how, like, her head is turned to the left, and the camera is, like, just cut off at her chin. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And again, if you want to time it, when everything whites out and when you're supposed to pause, you can, like, count out loud if you'd like. It's almost 1 second after you do that. And then when you unpause, you get that, which is really, really good.
Totally got this.
Here, so one more time, uninterrupted. This is what a perfect performance looks like. And it's just so good. And again, if you're looking for consistency, here's a different attempt. Almost exactly the same height, as you can tell from right there. And the same result. Yeah, that was a direct result of unpausing earlier. Yeah, and you can use live split to know when to unpause. If you do the glitch as fast as I do, I unpause at around 32.5 seconds, and everything fills in at around 33 seconds, and everything has collision the moment you see it. And then here's one more. And the glitch looks the same every time, so I know I'm going to get it. See right there, the head position and the chin are in the same spot. Unpause at 32.5 or just a little bit after, and you get that. Now, you're not always going to get that. Here's one that was a little different. Watch this. I lined myself up a little left there and paused later, but watch what happens. She got launched a lot further to the right. And that actually resulted in a gold. This one, I still don't know what happened. I'm just putting this one to show you what's possible. I went really far to the right. And then the area got out of bounds, but I was still in the store. So I didn't have to do a restart. An average time, but what did she just land on? I didn't have to do a restart encounter when I got right here, and I was able to just continue onward. And that resulted in the fastest time I ever got. But that one's not consistent at all. These 3 and even 4 that I would say these 3 result in a very fast time, and as you saw, there are visual cues to know when you got it. So yeah, like those examples showed, there are visual cues to know if you are going to get it or not. Ellie's like facing this way. Hold on. Ellie is like facing this way, and then the camera cuts off right at her chin. If for whatever reason she's like facing this way when you do the pause, then it's not going to work. Now, what I kind of equate that to, or blame that on, is the fact that when you do the second quick turn is always going to be a little different each time. Like that one's a little late. Like notice how that one, like I'm just mashing. Hold on. Sometimes the second turn is just done a tiny bit later or earlier than other attempts. And I think that's the reason that you're going to get different things happening here. What's going to happen a lot of times is she's going to fall and just hit the ground and die. But you've seen what a good attempt looks like, so... That one I'm not sure. Let's just see. Put it on restart and counter, remember? Alright, that one she just hit the ground. It was close. It was close. But there was one time during that long grind where I got this, like a good one, like 7 times in a row. It's not a foreign concept to be able to get this. See how she's facing the camera? That's how I know this one is not going to work. See that? And it didn't. Alright, I'll keep going until I get, like, one good one again. And then we'll move on to what to do when you get in the store.
Alright, now we're the...
But remember, make it a habit. When you pause, put it over restart and counter. And also, when you're in the store, getting a bottle is a necessity for Final Fight 2. Unlike Remastered, we do use a bottle 100% of the time in Final Fight 2. She's still kind of facing the camera. Let's see if this one works. Alright, that time she landed on the table. I want to get one of those where it's like a big launch backwards. I know I can get it. I know those aren't going to work because visually those didn't line up with the perfect examples. See what I mean? I don't mind showing an example when it doesn't work. If you're going for a PB, there's nothing wrong with that attempt right there. It's perfectly fine. Let's see here. That one looked good. That looked good. Normally I would time my unpause, but I'm gonna... There we go, look at that! See, it can be consistent. And that will work so much better, or that will be faster if you time your unpause so by the time you... Because look, I'm gonna be holding right here. When you unpause, there's about half a second before she actually moves. See that? It's almost half a second exactly. So you want to unpause and then have the stuff fill in like right now. And you can use live split once you've done as many attempts as it takes to get that. That was really good. That's exactly what I got in my record. All right, when you're doing the glitch, make sure when you were paused, you have it over restart and counter. Come over here, pick up a bottle right here, and then right there, restart and counter. See how much faster that is compared to doing this? Having it already hovered over restart and counter is, that's how it's done. And again, you need to be to the right of this invisible line right here, and you also need some elevation. Just being over here isn't good enough. You need to be higher up. So right about right there. You can also hear when the music changes. There's like a big musical cue there. But yeah, if you're approaching it from here, I would say it's right there. Right there. That's where the checkpoint is. Okay, now let's focus on the store. There is a thing that I found recently where if you have the infected on screen and let go of sprint and hold it back down, you can sprint a little bit earlier. But the reason I advise against that is because we kind of rely on this speed right here for when to time sprinting towards those 4 enemies. Again, make sure you had a bottle when you left here. And, alright, I'll just go over a few examples. Basically, what's different this time around compared to Remastered, this is different. The first enemy that drops down, in Remastered, he would walk off to the left, then hop down. In this one, he walks more this way. So he is directly in your line of sight. You're directly in his line of sight the entire time. So when you start sprinting is a little bit more tricky. And what did I end up settling on? It's kind of like Remastered, where the earlier you sprint, the faster it is, but the more inconsistent it is getting out of there. But if you sprint later, it's slower, but it's more consistent getting out of there. So I'll try and show some examples here.
What was that?
I like to start sprinting. The moment he starts hopping down, you gotta let go of sprint and hold it back down. Now see how he's always in your line of sight? Alright, that guy climbed back up. That's just really bad luck. That's just really bad luck. But see how he's further to the right? It's a little bit more difficult compared to Remastered when he's looking to your left. So I'm gonna do the same thing.
What was that?
Let go, hold back down. B to the left. And go. And make sure you're climbing properly. This thing's really hard to climb up. Wow. That was the worst I've ever seen getting shot. When they shoot you, like, they're all down there, and he actually hit me from there. They end up shooting you through the floor. It's stupid. Anyway. So sprinting around that time is more consistent getting out there. I'm going to do a bunch of examples here. I'll show you sprinting really early. So you can sprint...
What was that?
That early. I don't know why she didn't do it the first time. But it's quite inconsistent.
Hey, what'd you guys find outside?
So that was good.
Kill you.
He was upstairs shooting me the whole time. He just kept missing and missing and missing. That does show you it is possible to get out of there by sprinting early. It is possible. But it's unlikely.
What was that?
So to increase the chances, I like sprinting like that late. Climbing up. That's much better. See, that was good. Ignore the fact that he He climbed back up and shot me. That can happen no matter when you sprint. It's random. There is nothing consistent for this, okay? I need you all to know that. Now, for, like, speeding yourself up a little bit, let me see if I can... hold on. Alright, yeah, this is a good example to try right here. So if you mash X approaching a climb, this is about the same height as the first thing you climb. If you mash X approaching it, see how she climbs kind of slowly? But if you wait to hit X until the moment you're right on top of it, see how she climbs it a little bit quicker? That's what you want to do for this one over here. You want to wait till you're right on top of it and then climb it. And then, before I go, that climbable ledge, there is less room to climb than you think. Like, there were many times I was mashing X and I was standing, like, right there and she still wasn't climbing it. You only basically have that tiny little stretch right there. And you don't want to climb as far as you can to the right because she climbs a little bit slower and she's further away from the door. So you want to climb up just a tiny, tiny bit further to the left. When I get it, I'll show you.
What was that?
So that's around the time I sprint if I really want to increase the chances of getting out of here.
Oh, fuck!
Right there. That's a perfect climb right there. And unfortunately, it's not always going to work. But that one was pretty good. Let me sprint really early one more time and see if luck will be on my side or not. Loading screens. Alright, again, so the earliest you can sprint is just about when you hit this bottle right here. Right about there. Doing it, it's very unlikely you get out of here doing this.
Hey.
That looked good, and yeah, this guy. This guy is guarding the exit. That's typically what happens. But there's a... once in a blue moon, there's a chance you can get out of there, and you can get a gold because of that.
What was that?
But I like to sprint right around there. Has the highest chance of you getting out of here. And, like I said, it doesn't always work. Let's see if I can just get out of here. Alright, and that's, yeah, that's how you do the store. Now... oh god. If you get hit on the ramp, the camera, like, changes a little bit. I guarantee, like, my advice, if you don't get out of the store cleanly, just restart the run. See how the camera was... if you get punched on the ramp, the camera gets all glitched out. Okay. What should I mention here? Well, just like in Remastered, you want to pick up these pistol bullets behind you instead of in front of you, because if you pick them up here, she comes to an almost complete stop, but if you pick them up behind you, she keeps moving. And then the game, when you make it to right around there, an invisible line in the ground, I usually like to time it 1 second after picking the stuff up. You need to let go, sprint, then hold it back down again, because that's when the encounter starts for Final Fight. And, yeah, so it all looks like this. Let go, hold back down. Right there, you can almost see a little flicker in the screen.
Hey, there's a fucking horse behind you. Help me get this open. Shit. Down here.
Now, Final Fight 1, in my opinion, is a little bit more difficult to do on PS3 compared to Remastered. You can't get that falling backwards down all three things here, and that's because of the frame rate. Now, right here, if you didn't have an SSD in your PS3, you would have to wait to hit triangle until more assets loaded in. But, because you're on an SSD, you can hit triangle right away with no issues. I'll go over this a bunch more. Now, for Final Fight 2, it's kind of impossible to get that godly alignment as you do in Remastered.
He's down there by the door.
I'll try to replicate it. This is also a lot harder to do in 30 FPS.
Fine. Wanna do this?
That's sort of the order of how I go about doing this fight, though. So the rifle guy's showing up, like, the rifle guy's showing up right here to shoot you. That can happen. The difference is... Oh, shit. When you go to aim at him, he runs away immediately. That's why it's kind of... not impossible, but very difficult to get that godly remastered alignment. Here, hold on 1 second. Alright, so once again, I'm just gonna pull up my remastered record.
Down there, by the door. Got a pin down. Go finish her.
Those first two shots are the same. Right there, if I was to aim at him on PS3, if I was to get that alignment and aim at him on PS3, he would run away immediately. It's a weird difference, but yeah. Oh my god. So getting this alignment, which is the fastest thing, just doesn't happen. You can get things that are close, but yeah, it just doesn't happen. Hold on 1 more second. So this, again, I already showed you this, but this is the Final Fight 2 in my current record, which was very good. This is the same, and this is the alignment that I find pretty consistent. Rifle guy's there, you bottle this guy, and then you go for a headshot there.
Come on!
And then stab. The reason I don't go for a headshot on this guy and then bottle this guy is because this guy's pretty far away from where we need to end up doing the glitch again. And this, I'd say, has the combination of the highest, like, the most consistent and pretty fast time. So yeah, I do recommend going for this strategy. It's up to you what strat you want to go for. If they're not there, then you can't do that strategy and you can just improvise. But yeah, before we get into more Final Fight 2 stuff, because I'm going to be doing that a lot just to show you. So you can't see my inputs, but when we get here, you want to... It's a little bit different than Remastered. You can't do Final Fight 1 as fast on PS3 compared to Remastered because of the frame rate differences. When Ellie, like, falls off the ledge, she doesn't just, like, drop straight down. She more, like, glides off. So you want to give her some room. So I'm hitting circle right here, and then keeping sprint held down and then doing that. And then you want to hold sprint and just go off the ledge. That wasn't too bad. I'll just do Final Fight 1 a few times. So you want to keep sprint held down the whole time, but you want to time a circle prompt when she's just about to fall off or when she's already fallen off. Right there. And then climb, something like that. And then hold sprint and just go that way. That right there is the fastest thing you can get. She was falling off, she turned around, was falling off, she clipped that one and then fell down to the ground. That's the fastest thing you can get. In my record, she didn't land on anything, then hit the ground, but that's still fast enough. But that one right there, that's the fastest you can get. And to increase your chances of getting that, I recommend climbing this thing here. Like, when you're doing the glitch, climb it at an angle. Like, don't, what is it? When you drop down, I don't recommend doing this glitch, like, climbing flat. First of all, I don't really think you can. You want to do it at an angle. Yeah, did I mention how to do this either? Yeah, we can just do this a few times. So yeah, when you get right here, hit circle, and then I recommend flashlight on. Climb and just turn the camera. And then hold sprint and forward. There was another good one right there. Yeah, that's how you do it. And because of the SSD, you can just run towards the door, you don't have to wait. Final Fight 2.
Got a pin down. Go finish her.
Right on finish, you can sprint forward and X. Headshot. Headshot. Alright, watch this. See, he runs away. Normally, he runs away a little bit faster. Improvise. Okay, that was a bad example. I got the godly alignment there. But, just, you gotta trust me on this. That guy with the rifle, most of the time, will run away the very moment you hit aim. It has happened to me so many times. It didn't happen there quite. It didn't quite happen there. And I guess there's no harm in trying to go for it if you do notice him run to the ledge there. But you just gotta trust me, it's different from remastered. He will run away the moment the reticle pops up on the screen.
Let me get this open.
Okay. Circle, climb, turn the camera, hold sprint.
That's that.
That wasn't so bad either.
All right, Joel.
Down there,
Let's try
by
this
the
again.
door.
If the climb over the table is too difficult, it's like got her pinned down. Go fit. The moment he starts finish, that's when I hold sprint, forward, and X. But if it's too confusing for you, you can do this instead.
Got her pinned down. Go finish her.
Missed.
You want to do this? Let's do this.
Nobody's here. So improvise a little. All right, literally nobody's here. You can get some bad alignments, and it's not even your fault. Okay. Real quick though. Don't die. She's dead. Nope, not dead. Okay, when you get over here and you go to aim at this guy, you don't want to put the reticle on him and then try and adjust it from there, because if the reticle is on an enemy for about like half a second or so, he'll hop out of the way. So you need to drag the reticle over to his head and then fire. And then when you kill this guy, I don't know if it's the elevation difference or something, but you can keep the reticle on him and he won't move. So this second shot should be pretty easy. And you want to run up the stairs quite a bit. Ellie will be getting shot, but she shouldn't stagger from the bullet. And you'll have enough health, because the restart encounter you do in the store will give you back some health.
Hey, I hear the fucking horse behind me. Let me get this open.
Well, let's do it again. That was okay. All right, she's facing backwards. That isn't good. You see, you can avoid her facing this direction when she's falling by doing a steeper turn on the climb. She won't be facing towards the camera if the climb was angled more.
Down there, by the door. Got her pinned down. Go finish her.
Fine.
Ah,
You want to
so brutal. See how he ran away right there? That's what I was talking about. See how he runs away? But yeah, good luck doing this in 30 frames per second. It's rough. I recommend practicing this, like, a lot.
That's that.
That wasn't great. That one might have been too steep. You can play around with it yourself.
All right, Joel.
I'm still waiting on a good one. How I did it in my record was very good.
Got her pinned down. Go finish her. Get her.
Pretend that... Just pretend that was a headshot. Good God. Boom. Where's this guy? And you just go for it, okay? It's a difficult shot, obviously. And there's not much that's consistent. If you missed and you want to still, like, save it a little, there's a rifle. And then make up for it. You know, you gotta improvise. I'm telling you, the bottle thing and then getting a quick headshot is the best way to go.
Let me get this open. Shit.
You can also, like, stand up and then hold sprint. That right there isn't too bad either. Yeah, you can, like, stand up, jog off the ledge, and then sprint the rest. Like, that one works if you notice the climb wasn't angled enough.
There, by the
All right,
door.
can I get a good one, please?
Go finish her. Get her.
One,
Fine. You want to do this?
two. This guy, I'm gonna... Okay. I have no clue where the other guy is. Alright, he's climbing. That wasn't too bad. You see what I mean? The fifth guy just wasn't there. So, you improvise. That, if you're not going for record, that would still give you a good enough time if you did everything else pretty well. Okay, now for ending this area. Pretty much the same as remastered. You do the glitch one more time, and you don't want to do a restart encounter right away, because then you get a longer loading screen. What I do is the moment I see the out of bounds stuff, wait 1 second exactly, then do the restart encounter. So it looks like this. So I like count out 1 second exactly. This loading screen, despite it being pretty long, is still shorter than if you had like a hard disk drive in your PS3. I've also noticed the first time you do this, when you turn the game on, usually takes a while. So like when you're just starting attempts for the day, run through the entire game once, and I've noticed when you start attempts after that, the load times are a little bit faster with that specific one right there. Alright, I think one of these save files is, yeah, there we go. Lucky me. Alright, we'll do that all again. What else is there to mention? Yeah, there is definitely a lot more RNG in Final Fight 2 on PS3 compared to PS5. And unlike PS5, the way it works now, when you restart encounter after you're done with the fight, you don't get non-existent loading screens. You're always going to have a loading screen. But in SSD and doing the restart encounter a little bit later compared to when you want to do it, will make those load times a little bit shorter. And, yeah. Alright. Let's get, like, one more good one. So again, if the climb is flat, jog off. That looks good. I'm gonna sprint. No, she's still facing backwards. Yeah, that's not good. Maybe if I... Oh, God. Okay, this file... This file has a problem. This file has a bit of an issue right now, as you can see. That wasn't too bad. Let's see if it fixed itself or not. Nope. Maybe if I wait here. Nope. Alright, there's something wrong with the file. Maybe I can, hold on, give me a moment. Okay, I wasn't able to fix the triangle prompt on the door thing, so I'm just going to,
Totally got this.
I'm just gonna go from the beginning of the game again.
Now where the fuck do I go?
And we'll, put everything together. Wanted to show a few more examples of Final Fight 2, and we can. But I gotta get there first. So let's, just try and do an actual full attempt.
Shit.
That looked pretty good. Put it on restart encounter. Alright, she landed on the table that time. That's still okay. You saw the big launch I was supposed to get. That works too. Health doesn't matter, because this restart encounter is going to give you back some health. Right there. Get the bottle, and then... boom. Just like that. That was pretty good. Alright, so for the most consistent way of getting out of here, I'm going to sprint. Right
What was that?
there. And we'll see what I get.
Hey, what you guys do? Whoa!
Look at that. Pretty good. All right. Something going my way. That's good. All right, remember, pick up the ammo behind you. I prefer flashlight on for this. Let go of sprint and hold it back down just a little bit after.
Help me get this open.
Alright, I'm gonna hold sprint and back. Alright, yeah, that climb was too steep. That's what happens when the climb is too angled. There's a specific angle to where you can get a good Final Fight one.
Got her pinned down. Go finish her. Get her.
Headshot. This guy, I don't know where he is. Boom. Rifle guy. And then go.
Fuck! Infected!
And then go. I'll show off Final Fight 2 a little bit more, but that's the kind of improv and BS RNG that you can get. The guy at the top of the stairs didn't even show up. You know? Alright, that one looks good. Hold sprint and forward. She turned around and she landed on the bottom one. That will result in the fastest Final Fight one you can get.
Alright, Joel.
Perfect.
He's down there by the door. Got a pin down. Go finish her.
Okay. Headshot.
You wanna do this?
Headshot. I'm just gonna aim at him real quick. Okay. I'm just gonna pick up the ammo he dropped. Oh god. Boom.
Oh shit, we got infected!
Oh shit, we got infected. You gotta wait until he says, oh shit, we got infected. See how weird this fight can be? I keep expecting him to run to the side. That's what he normally does. Right, I guess if you get that godly alignment rifle guy, you can go for it, you know? Alright, I'm gonna jog off the side and then hold sprint. And she bonked her head on the top, so that wasn't very good. Alright, I'm almost done showing this. I just want like one like I had in my record.
He's down there by the door. Got a pin down. Go finish her.
Miss.
You wanna do this?
Let's pretend I got him. I don't know where he's going. I've noticed the AI on PS3 is so much worse than PS4 and 5. Like, Remastered is just...
Let me get this open.
Final Fight 2 is just better. Which is why I recommend using a,
That's that.
That was pretty good. Using a bottle somewhere in this fight. Because you're not always going to get the rifle.
Alright, Joel.
And the bottle's good. If you use a bottle on the final enemy, which is the 5th enemy... what is it? The, oh shit, we got infected shows up a little bit later, so... Keep that in mind in case you're, like, do the glitch really quick after the bottle kill. And you don't get it. Otherwise you soft lock.
Got a pin down. Go finish her.
Dude.
You wanna do this? Let's do this.
Right there, see that? That's another one. Dude, come on. Yeah, this is...
Alright, Joel. Let's do this. Oh,
Alright, let's try and get one good Final Fight
Got
2
a pin down. Go finish her.
for this tutorial. So... Headshot.
you wanna do this?
Headshot. Rifle guy should be right here. Which he is. Bottle him. This guy's gonna... I got him. There we go. And then...
Fuck!
That's it.
1 second. Don't mess up the restart encounter there. The menuing is so laggy in 30 FPS. But that was a good one. And a fast loading screen. See that? And there you go.
Better be alive, Joel.
That was a good enough Final Fight 2. If you're not comfortable with that strat, you can go for a 4th headshot and then bottle him and then bottle somebody, or you can bottle him, go for the rifle. It all depends what you're comfortable with. There is so much variation in this fight. Whatever time you want to get, do whatever strat you think is the most consistent for you and you can get there. That personally right there is the strategy that I go for. I go for a risky 4th pistol headshot on like the 5th enemy, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, that's Final Fight 2. It's a pain in the ass. Alright, now most of this is pretty much the same as Remastered. I'll go over the bullet points though.
Found here the door!
Let's see. Okay, right here. You're gonna sprint forward and leap over the crate and like mash X so you do it as early as you can, but you don't want to be too far to the right. The collision here with Riley is a little bit different in 30 FPS compared to 60, so you want to do this a little bit further to the left compared to Remastered, but still to Riley's right. And then hold down triangle as you're approaching the door because you want to hit it as early as you can, unlike other instances, because Riley will help you with the door the moment you hit triangle. So, okay, sprint to her right and just to her right.
Ellie! What about our backpacks? Fuck the backpacks!
There we go. Hold down triangle.
The gate! Help
Just
me
like that. That was
Here.
good.
Alright, lift.
Then you're gonna tap triangle when you're right in front of this movable crate.
Find something to prop it up with. I'll hold it. Hurry!
And then move it over to the door. Just like that. You don't have to hold sprint here. And you just want to move this there. It doesn't matter if the cart is like flat against the door or angled. Once the crate touches the door, the game will realign it at the same time every time. So it could be angled this way and it'll move like that, or it'll be angled this way and it'll move it like that. So just get the crate to the door. It doesn't matter what angle it's at.
Okay, go!
Alright, now for this part, you don't want to, like, be right next to the door. You want to, like, jog around and then sprint the moment you get through the door. Because there's, like, an invisible wall and you'll bonk on it until Riley gets through. And then when you're climbing the truck in the next part, you want to mash X as you're approaching it and approach it at an angle, because if you climb it head on, Ellie will freeze at the top when she's finished climbing it. So it all looks like this. Hold down sprint right there. That was good. Climb at an angle to Riley's right. Just like that. That was good. I'm a little bit close to her. But hit circle right there. I bonked a little bit. I was a little bit close to Riley. You can move like left, right a little bit, or left, right, to like slow yourself down a little bit so you don't bonk into her. And then mash triangle. Holding triangle doesn't work. Alright, now there's two things that can happen here. I think this is the cause of it. If you're too far to the right on the stairs, Riley will freeze at the top. So when you're climbing these stairs, you want to be in the middle of them. And then if you're too close to Riley, when you're climbing up the next set of stairs, she'll teleport to the door, which is actually faster. But,
Wow.
here, I'll do this. Hold on. I have some videos I can show you as well.
The scaffolding?
I like to be right
That's
here.
our way out.
And then if you're too close to her, she'll like teleport. But that's good too.
Oh, they're behind us too!
And then sprint leap over there. Hold on 1 second. Here, I'm going to rely on some footage from the other tutorial that I made, which shows some things that Riley can do, like I was talking about on the stairs. So just watch and listen. Alright, so I have 2 examples here. This one is what Riley looks like when she like glitches out. So look at Riley here. Going up the stairs, and then she stops. And that costs you time. Even though the door thing happened, that still costs you time. My theory is if you're too far to the right on the stairs, she freezes. That's my theory. There's no way to prove it. But yeah, that ended up losing time in this particular attempt. But this is like the fastest you can get on the stairs here. Watch this. You get Riley not freezing, but you get this door thing that I was talking about. So she keeps moving, but you're so close to her that she just does that. And that is what will result in the best time. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. I held sprint and did a leap over this. The next thing is we're going to leap over another thing, and I find it's easier to leap over it when you're facing it instead of like at an angle. So right here. So I like to turn the camera and then do that, because I have a bad history of like doing a jogging leap over that instead of a sprint, so that one was good. Okay, now here, remember I explained in the store how if you climb something, mashing X approaching it, she does it slowly. The same thing's going to apply here, where you want to do it when she's almost touching the ledge. So not with this first thing, but the second thing.
Come on!
So I like to approach from the right and just mash X. Okay, so right here. Wait until you're touching it and then hit X. She climbs it a little faster. Same thing with that one too, I think. Yeah, that was good. That was pretty good. You don't have to hit square here. And then sprint forward and mash triangle.
Quickly! Get up!
And then time is right there. Right on the black screen. You don't have to pause. I was just showing you. That's when time is. Okay. So that's Left Behind any percent for PS3. So it's like what I mentioned with Remastered. It's mostly the same, but it's also different. The glitch is performed differently, the result of the glitch is different, how you sprint past those 4 enemies is different, and then the RNG that you get in Final Fight 2 is a little bit different. There's so much more variety in Final Fight 2. I'm sorry I didn't do the best job showing that off, but how I performed it in the record is how I would do it. Again, if you want to go for all headshots and then, like, hopefully someone drops pistol ammo, then get the last guy, or go get the rifle in the room and then do that, you can. You can. There's nothing wrong with that. But the alignment that I had in my record, I was very, very... for me personally, that was the most consistent and gives you a good enough time for what you're looking for. And, yeah. As for which version is faster, remember that example that I showed in the store where I didn't need to do the restart encounter and I was able to go? If we found a way to make that consistent, I could get a time that's faster than Remastered. But for the moment, PS3 is just a tiny bit slower. It was faster until the system update for PS5 because of the loading screen after Final Fight 2. But, yeah. Again, they're separated on the leaderboards because mostly the same, but different, as you saw. But you can give it a try. I think it's fun. It's rewarding when it's finished. Not while you're doing it, but when you're done and you've gotten a time you're happy with, maybe try and get below 5 minutes on both versions. Could be fun. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got. Good luck, and happy speedrunning. And, of course, I'll answer any questions you have in the comments. Bye.